Tough game, Iowa. They just offensively as good as any team in the country. Garza, last game versus Michigan was phenomenal, and they're just going to keep going into him. And not only is he productive, but he gets your bigs in foul trouble. And obviously, with a man down, with Eric Curry down, that's a concern. So we've got to be able to defend without fouling. We can't get tired because they fly offensively. We got to attack. So it's another great opportunity in front of us. Obviously, we've played one of the toughest schedules in the country, and it's going to continue to get tougher and tougher. But it's a great test.
Obviously, the last game when Daniel got in foul trouble, you guys were able to weather the storm. What do you tell him as far as obviously guarding a big like Garza is one thing, but there's some of his fouls were coming on offensive and screening and things like that.
Yeah, the screening was not his fault. I think that was Peyton. We got to wait for screens better, and that illegal screen was just going too early on a ball screen. But it's a challenge because so much of what they do is they want to get the ball to Garza, but they want to get your bigs in foul trouble. And Garza's big, strong, physical, gets great post position. So it's going to have to be a team effort from everybody.
I heard you say that you used Bill Belichick in his kind of coaching styles. Well, who else have you kind of incorporated over the years this season of kind of different strategies?
It's such a long season, and I read a lot of different books, different articles. I lean on my kind of staff, not necessarily assistants, but some other guys in the program to give me stuff, good nuggets, whatever it may be. You just constantly, you're all saying the same things. It's just you're constantly trying to find different ways to do it. And, I do I'm not saying I coach like Bill Belichick, but I think my approach is simple, cut the fluff, really, really try or cut the fat, get rid of all that fluff. That's just kind of my mentality. There's a million different ways to do it. That's what I've kind of learned, doing this. There's a lot of great coaches out there. I've been lucky to work for two great ones, obviously. Just find different ways to connect with the guys. I was reading the book Grit recently, and read them a couple passages of that. Just talking about, it's remarkable how at West Point, I'm not sure the exact number, I forget it, but how many dropouts they have, and you look at those people that are recruited to go there. They are the elite of the elite in their classes in high school, and why are they dropping out? And this author basically talks about grit being more important than your talent level. And with our schedule, and so many road games and so many opportunities, we've got to be able to fight through it. And whether it's injuries, Amir going pro, all that, it doesn't matter. All those excuses don't matter. You just got to fight through it.
When you look at the way that you guys did play on the road in the Utah game, the way you started, obviously not ideal, but the way you finished, there were some.
Yeah, I kind of look at the Butler game a little bit more of a true indicator. I thought the Utah game, I'm not sure we did our guys any favors with that schedule, and they just seemed exhausted. That was a long week. Butler, to me, looking at it, I thought we were ready for the moment. I think it's a great environment, Butler. Obviously they're showing they're a pretty good team. They don't lose at home too often. I think they got the number one winning streak non-conference. So Utah was a little bit different for a lot of reasons, but I think our guys will be ready to go. I think they're, for a young team, they've been tested so much that I do think, we're close. I think what the margin of victory in our losses is 6 points, 6.5 points. So it's just a little tweak here or there. But, you got to be in our conference too. You got to understand how physical it is. And you have to be able to play through that physicality without fouling, if that makes any sense.
You mentioned Butler. That particular game, Marcus struggled, and you obviously see how well that you guys can play when
We need him to play well, yeah. He's very, very important. And through the 8 games, he's had some really good moments and he's had some bad moments. And what we got to do is find kind of that in between. He's only a sophomore. He's a major part of what we're doing. He's not going to be perfect, like none of them will. But, yeah, we got to develop some consistency there and, see why he's playing well and why he doesn't play well and go from there, And you got to give the opponents credit, too. Again, I think I saw the other day we were fourth toughest schedule in the country. Not sure if that's changed. So our guys have been tested.
We haven't seen a whole lot of the freshmen so far, but how do you think that group's developing?
It's been a little bit of a challenge there because of our schedule. Not only do we have a top 4 strength schedule in the country, but we've got one of the youngest teams in the country, and it's not complaining, but it just kind of is what it is. So a lot of it's practice reps. They got to develop, on the practice court to give me confidence to play them. It's just the bottom line. I mean, that's the way that it works. It's hard to throw a guy out there at Butler, at Utah, Oklahoma. DePaul, who's obviously really, really good in Clemson. And, so I want to play them. We need that depth. We just got to continue to grow.
With how physical Garza is, what's going to be key for Daniel to
Meet them early. They really run on makes and misses. You could score and they're going to go. They're not going to walk the ball up and run a set. They kind of run a pure motion. But Garza does an unbelievable job of posting up in the arc. He had 44 points last game versus Teskey. Teskey playing the NBA. So it's a team effort. Obviously Daniel's got to do his work early. We got to have good pressure on the ball. We got to understand, too, they're going to get the ball to him. And we're going to have to just be level-headed about it and make sure we defend without fouling.
Can you talk about the intensity of the conference games? Can you feel it different with the players and yourself? Because even the fans, if they go to a game, they don't have a hatred for South Dakota State as they would for Iowa or Ohio State. It's a whole different atmosphere.
I don't hate anybody, so fans can, they can hate whoever, but I try not to hate anybody. But I would just say it's changed because the ACC. I know we do, and I think there's another league that's going 20 league games, but it's made it different. It used to be November, you'd play a couple early. December was a nice month, and then all of a sudden January. It's really changed it, and I think for the better. I think there's a lot of quality games on TV in the non-conference where before it may not have always been as good, and I think now college basketball fans can get their fix early. For us, obviously the conference is, these opponents. They're great venues. It's a great conference. But for us, we just take it kind of one game at a time. And it's unique because we're all trying to get into the NCAA tournament. And the NCAA tournament over the last couple of years has kind of done away with conference records. It's just about a quality win right in front of you. And we got a tough one right here with Iowa. I think rankings are really dumb this time of year. I really do. And there is such an insane – I saw somebody tweet the other day, and I don't know why I go on Twitter because I lose my mind. It might have been you, to be honest with you, but like some coach won one game, and they go, that's your coach of the year right there. And I'm like, what is going on? That wasn't you. But, you normally just tweet about all the Minnesota kids that don't come here and then just upset me at night. But there's so much. If one game, right, it's so just overblown one way or the other, and so you just ride this wave of the world that we live in. I don't even know what you're asking me. What was the question?
Oh no, I'm just asking.
I want to take shots at your Twitter. What?
Like the Big Ten, initially, Michigan State loses right away.
Yeah, I would say in the going on year 7, it seems pretty similar every year. It really does. There's kind of the Michigan State's, the non-negotiable. They're going to have great talent. They're going to be so well coached and physical and fly up and down the court. Wisconsin's got their system. Iowa's got their system. Ohio State's got their system. Purdue. So to me, it doesn't seem like it's ever really been totally different. It's just a matter of who can be old and who can stay healthy, and then who can win at home and who can steal a couple on the road. We've had some good years and we've had some kind of ups and downs, and that's been the formula. Is you got to find a way to go get a couple on the road, and you have to win at home. All right. Thank you.